I've now pumped this gun 100 times. Oh my goodness. I've never seen this before. That definitely went straight through. What's up, y'all? It's John and you're watching Gig 'em Outdoors. And for today's video, I want to push this Daisy Powerline 35 to the limits and see what kind of penetration we can get with a BB gun / pellet gun. If you're anything like me, you likely got a BB gun much like this for a Christmas present or maybe a birthday present when you were sometime in elementary school, and you wreaked all sorts of havoc in your backyard with it. And this thing's still holding strong. It's probably minimum of 10 years old. Paint's starting to get worn off where I've been holding it, and it's gone through thousands of shots. So for the gun we're using today, it's a Daisy Powerline 35. This is the pump style where you pump it up. It takes both BBs and pellets. So for today's video, I want to keep on pump this, maybe up to 100 plus pumps, and see what kind of damage we can get. I want to see what the optimal amount of pumpage is for both BBs and pellets. And once we figure out how many cans it can penetrate, then we can move on to some more interesting items. So for the owner manual for these guns, they say don't pump it over 10 times. Of course, as a kid, I always pumped it more than 10 times because you could make a BB go from just making a small little dent in a steel can to completely passing through. So with that idea in mind, I'm thinking, how many cans could something like this shoot through with 100 or 150 pumps? But I hope we find out today. So for the ammo we're using today, we have these Daisy BBs. My brother got this canister of BBs whenever he first got his first BB gun, like probably 15 years ago, and we still haven't gone through all of them. And for the pellets, we're going to be using these Premier Crossman pointed. These things penetrate, I know that for sure. For our target, I have a bunch of steel cans I'm going to line up, and we have our little makeshift table set up here. It's just a pallet, an old archery target, and a dirt bike stand. Okay, so first I just want to show you what it does with one pump. Let's go see the damage. So with a BB at about 10 feet, which should be a pretty fast speed coming out of it, you just get a small little dent. 3, 4. Now with 5 pumps, the damage should be a lot more. So as you can see, with 5 pumps, we had a complete pass through, and it just barely dented that can. 9, 10. Okay, now we got it pumped up to 10. I'm guessing it's going to go through 2.5. So I believe complete pass through on the first can, went through the second, and BB's still in it. So it made it through 3 layers of the can. Okay, so now we have 20 pumps in this bad boy. I'm guessing it's gonna go through I think it's gonna go through 5 layers of can, so meaning it's gonna get caught in the 3rd can in the line. Made it through the 1st, 2nd, got caught again in the 3rd. And now we have 40 pumps on here. By now you might have noticed my tactical flashlight I have. True story, whenever I used to go feed my goats at nighttime, we had a bit of a mouse infestation for a little bit. So this was my sidearm that got rid of that mouse infestation. Okay, let's shoot. I think this one's gonna get caught in the 3rd. All the ones so far have been getting caught in the 2nd. So. Okay, so that one is the first one to actually make it out of the second can. See, there's still only 2 balls. So this third one, it punched, it hit this, oh no, it hit the third can pretty hard, made a pretty good sized dent, but it did not go through. I think now we level it up. Let's do 80 pumps. Okay, now we have 80 pumps in here. Let's go see the damage. So, clean through the first, clean through the second. Didn't quite make it through the third. So I'm starting to think it's either 2 things why we're not seeing more progress. I think either one, the BBs, because they're not, aerodynamic at all, they are losing so much speed going through it. It doesn't matter if they're going a little bit faster, they're not going to go through more metal. Or the second thing is there is a blow off for the compressor. I'm thinking we switch to pellets now and test, because they're way more aerodynamic, and maybe that'll make a difference where it'll be able to penetrate through way more. Just to show kind of the difference that aerodynamics plays with any sort of ballistic or fast moving object, I'm going to move up in pumps the same way. The first pump for a BB, it did not make it through the first layer of metal. It made a small dent. I believe these pointed Crossman pellets, I believe the first pump will probably go through at least 1 layer, if not 2. So we'll find out though. Okay. I stand corrected, it did not go through. Let's pump it up 10 times. I believe for the 10 pumps, it only made it through 1, 2, 3 layers, so it stayed in the second can. So let's put a pellet in and see if it goes further than that. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm guessing this one will get caught in the, I think it'll make it out of the second can and just make a dent into the third. The difference in the amount of energy going through these, it just tears a huge hole straight through it. So, oh my goodness, I've never seen this before. If you look right there, I don't know, can you see it?
Yeah.
The pellet is caught right in there. Let's see if we can get it out. That is what a pellet that got caught in the second layer looks like. That is crazy. 20. Okay, we got 20 pumps. The last one got caught in the second layer of the first can. I'm thinking this one's gonna get caught hopefully in the second can. That was a lot of energy going into those cans. Holy cow. So this is the second can. It made it through there. Look at that crushed pellet. That is crazy. Okay, now let's try 40 pumps. Okay, now we have 40 pumps in this gun. I'm thinking the blow-off valve might be limiting it and not really doing anything anymore, so I think this one's also going to get caught in the second can. Okay, so we have a clean entry and exit in can number 1, a clean entry and exit in can number 2, and it stopped it with that dent. Okay, so now I think we do 100 pumps and see what kind of damage it can do. And then after, I have a few more pellets left, and I have some scrap metal in my pile, including some torsion keys maybe I'll try to shoot, and maybe a microwave or something like that. And let's see what kind of penetration we can get. Okay, I've now pumped this gun 100 times, and I think it's gonna make it into the third can. So, clean pass through. Clean pass through. Shoot the third one. Oh, not quite. Really hard. You can actually see there's actually a little crack in there. It almost made it through, but not quite. So I think there is some sort of blow-off valve. You can't just keep on pumping these forever. But let's go get some stuff out of my scrap pile and see what we can shoot with it. So this is my scrap pile here. I think I'm gonna grab one of these torque keys that came off of the new truck. I'm gonna grab this microwave because it's thin metal, so I think we should get some sort of pass through. And maybe I'll snag, actually that should probably be good. Okay, so we have the microwave and the torque key set up. I think the microwave, it should, BBs and pellets should both penetrate through. The torque key is flattening whatever hits it. It's real thick steel. Okay, I have 20 pumps on this. There's a BB loaded. I don't know where I should aim. Maybe just center of the glass. Let's see what happens. That definitely went straight through. So, oh, never mind. Not straight through that. That sounded crazy. Is there a BB in there somewhere? I don't know. I guess that wasn't the best thing to shoot at. Let me flip. Actually, let's shoot at the keys a little bit. I flipped the microwave on its side because that's pretty much just straight glass in the front. Let's just see if it'll go through that thin metal. Wait. These are 10. I have a BB loaded. Let's do another. Let's do, on the left side, I'll do 5 for 5. And let's just do 1 top right. Okay. So the 10 is right here, 5 is right here, and 1 is right here. 10 definitely made a bigger one. Let's go test that on the pellet and see what kind of penetration we can get. Okay, I'm doing 10 pumps. I'm gonna put it right next to the other 10 pump. That way we can get a good comparison. Okay. So my whole life, I always was told that BBs were far inferior to pellets, but after looking at this, there's a actually small hole where the BB hit, and where the pellet hit, there's you know, just a dent. So I don't know if that's because maybe the pellets are made out of a softer metal, or because the BBs are, I don't know, for some reason moving faster, maybe because the pellets are heavier. I don't know. I'm thinking that BBs might actually be better than pellets. Just to finally test this, we have a torque key that's probably, what, at least an inch, inch and a quarter, maybe inch and 3/8 of just pure steel. We're gonna line that up. These ammos are not making a dent in the torque key, but it might be interesting to see what they will do. I'm thinking the pellet is made out of a much softer metal, and it's just going to completely splat, where maybe the BB might rub off some of that rust. We'll see. I'm going to do 10 pumps, actually 15 pumps for the BB first. Oh, 13, 14, 15. So right where my thumb is where that BB hit. Like I said, it just scratched off the paint. I have a feeling the pellet's not even going to do that. I think it's just going to go splat and it's still going to be rusty. So I'm going to aim to the right a little bit of that. So I have a pellet loaded up. I have 15 pumps. I'm going to put it right next to the other one. Holy cow. So, just like I said, I kind of thought, the pellet's definitely a much softer metal. It didn't rub off any paint, it just splattered on it, where this put it back to the bare metal here. So I think we've learned a lot today. I mean, I've started this video thinking this was going to be a penetration test, and I think by the end of it kind of turned into a BB versus pellet review. I think for some reason the BBs are performing much better today. It might be the ammo I'm using. Maybe that's a future video. I can test it for pellet ammo, but at least from all the tests, the BBs have much better penetration with just as much or less pumpage. Thanks for watching till the end of the video. I really appreciate it. I think in this video, I think we did find out the limitations of this gun. I was hoping you could pump it 100 times and it would go, 10 times harder, 10 times faster, but that's not the truth. I mean, they do tell you in the manual, don't pump it over 10 times, but there's really no reason. There's a blow-off valve of some sort that is between 20 and 40 pumps. As for the ammo goes, the BBs and pellets were very surprising. The BBs somehow performed better than the pellets. My whole life, I've always thought pellets were way better, but clearly the BBs won this one. Maybe in a future video, I can compare the different metal types and try some different ammo and see how that penetration goes. But as for now, the BBs stole the show. If y'all made it this far, please consider commenting, subscribing. Thank y'all, and gig 'em.